Welcome. This video will look at how S/4HANA Extended Warehouse Management supports you in dealing with typical exceptions that can happen during picking. The views, information or opinions expressed are solely those of the individuals involved and not those of the individual's employer or any other group or individual. Let us look at some of the benefits of exception handling during picking. Provides continuity when the original plan is no longer feasible. Enable warehouse workers to handle everyday obstacles in a controllable way. Provides a full overview of deviations for continuous learning and improvement. Before we show a few examples of exceptions, let us briefly explain exception codes. Exception codes and internal process codes are connected. We use the internal process code to determine how the system should react to the exception code during warehouse task confirmation. The availability of exception codes depends on the business context. We can limit access to exception codes to users based on profiles. Users can get a list of available exception codes for the task at hand by entering the phrase list in the exception code field on their handheld device. We will now look at some commonly used exception codes during picking. We have created one sales order with one subsequent outbound delivery. It contains 7 different products, each with a quantity of 10 units. During picking, we will experience 6 different, yet common, exceptions in everyday warehouse operations. Each item has been, for demo purposes, assigned to separate warehouse orders. The sales order has already been created, so we will kick off the process by creating the outbound delivery. We note the outbound delivery number, as we will need it when kicking off the warehouse activities. We use the Run Outbound Process app. We find our outbound delivery order before we manually create the relevant warehouse tasks. With 7 different products, we get 7 separate warehouse tasks. The Warehouse Monitor can now be used if we want to track the progress of the picking process. We open the Warehouse Monitor app, search for Outbound Delivery Order 12701, and see the connected warehouse orders and warehouse tasks. Let the picking begin. For our first warehouse order, we will use an exception code called BIDP or partial bin denial. This exception code allows us to pick a partial quantity from the proposed source bin. This scenario can arise due to the stock being only partially available in the proposed bin. The system opens a new screen where we can change the quantity. In the background, a new warehouse task and order for the remaining quantity is created. We move on with the second warehouse order. We will use exception code BIDF, full bin denial for our second warehouse order. This exception code allows the worker to carry out a full pick denial from the proposed source bin. This scenario can arise because the stock is not available in the proposed bin or maybe because the bin is not accessible during picking. A replacement source bin is immediately proposed, enabling us to complete the pick task. We are ready for the third warehouse order. We will use exception code BIDU, stock removal denial for the third warehouse order. This exception code allows the worker to carry out a full pick denial from the proposed source bin. This scenario can arise because the stock is not available in the proposed bin or maybe because the bin is not accessible during picking. This adjusts the outbound delivery order with the quantity and process code. Fourth warehouse order and warehouse task coming up. For our fourth warehouse order, we will use exception code DIFW, difference charge to warehouse. This exception code allows us to carry out a partial denial from the proposed source bin and book the difference as a difference to the warehouse. This scenario can arise due to the stock being expired and not usable. Next order, number 5 of 7 in total. The next exception code, for order number 5 is called DIFS, difference charge to source bin. This exception code allows us to carry out a partial denial from the proposed source bin and book the difference to the warehouse. This particular code may be used when the stock is broken, however, being repairable. Sixth order, and our last exception code. In our sixth warehouse order, we will use exception code CHHU, Change Destination Handling Unit. This exception code allows us to carry out a change of pick handling unit. This can be relevant due to the pick handling unit being full or the pick handling unit being not usable or broken. When we enter the code, the PickHu creation screen opens again, and a new HU can be created. One warehouse order left, at least for now. Time to do something right. No exception code this time, just a clean pick task completed. We create a pick HU, confirm source bin and source HU, then product and quantity, and destination HU. We end by bringing it to the goods issue zone. Let's have a look at the warehouse monitor. We can see that all tasks, with exceptions, are clearly marked. This helps for further analysis and reporting. For our partial bin denial, we can see that a replacement task for the missing 3 units has been created. It is open and ready to be executed. If we look at the full bin denial, we can see that the original picking location have 0 units confirmed. We do, however, have a replacement picking bin, with 10 units picked and complete. Our stock removal denial is marked a completed. It has, however, 0 units picked. The quantity on the outbound delivery has already been adjusted. The difference charge to warehouse incident is visible as 2 lines. 8 units were picked, the remaining 2 was charged to the warehouse, either because they were broken or expired. DIFS or difference charge to source bin is visible with 9 out of 10 units picked. If we look into the source bin, we see that the unpicked quantity of 1 is still present in the source bin location. Finally, we look briefly at the pick task where we change the pick handling unit. Since we would like to complete the outbound delivery, we should not forget to pick the last open warehouse order, the one created during our first exception, when we could pick only 7 out of 10 units. We will now complete it by picking the remaining 3 units from another location. Let's reopen the Run Outbound Process app and have a look at our outbound delivery order. We can see it is only partly completed. When we look at the warehouse task level, we can see that 5 out of 7 tasks are completed. 2 are partially completed. We mark the 2 incomplete tasks and press the Adjust Delivery Quantities button. When delivery quantities have been adjusted in the outbound delivery, all tasks are marked as completed. We are ready to perform the goods issue. Well done. Mission accomplished. The functionality shown in this video is available in S/4HANA Extended Warehouse Management, embedded and decentralized. It is also available in classic SAP Extended Warehouse Management 9.x. Let us recap some of the benefits of exception handling during picking. Provides continuity when the original plan is no longer feasible. Enable warehouse workers to handle everyday obstacles in a controllable way. Provides a full overview of deviations for continuous learning and improvement. Thanks a lot for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe. More videos like this coming shortly. See you then.